सहजानंद स्वामी महाराज ने जय। एक झोली में फूल भरे है, एक झोली में कांटे, अरे कोई कारण होगा। तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं है तो बांटने वाला बांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा. This bhajan that I've heard in my childhood has really stayed with me. It's a philosophical bhajan that kind of instills acceptance in us for every situation that we face in life. If we don't complain for the blessings that we receive without asking for them, we must not complain for the obstacles or troubles or challenges that we receive on the same path, because both are given by the same giver. Life throws various situations at us to test how we respond to them. Our responses dictate our happiness and unhappiness in that situation. The situations are a design. The situations are created this way that there are highs and lows. There is high tide and low tide. There are sunrises and sunset. There is day and night. There is going to be this fluctuating design in life. There is birth and death. If we fight with the design of life, we are never going to be at peace. If we believe that there is some logical reasoning to why it is this way, we will face it constructively, with more acceptance, with more surrender, with an inquisitive mind rather than a revolutionary mind. We don't have to question and challenge life, we have to accept and enjoy life. एक झोली में फूल भरे हैं. God and life has two hands. In one hand there's a bag full of flowers, and in another hand there's a bag full of thorns. The same flower that gives beautiful fragrance also has thorns, but those thorns are to protect it, not to punish anyone. But if we try to pluck the flower, we are going to be pierced by that thorn. Because we run behind pleasures in life, which are sources of unhappiness eventually, we are bound to be pierced by unhappiness. But if we know how to simply enjoy the fragrance of the flower without fidgeting with the stem, without fidgeting with the thorns, then we will enjoy life and its fragrance. तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं है तो बांटने वाला बांटे. If there is nothing that is there in terms of outcomes in your hand, let the giver keep giving and deciding how much you deserve and don't deserve. Let us not say that this is unfair and this is unjust and I deserve this and this is not done and this is not how it should have been. Let the Creator, who has more intelligence than us, decide what is good for us and what is not good for us, and decide the outcome. We must only focus on our efforts. Let us focus on the journey. Let us aim that my destination is to reunite with God. I have to keep doing karmas that get me there. But if some of my karmas have undesired outcomes, which may be planted for my own learning, for my own evolution, for my own change of perspective, for my own transformation, I trust God that He is given this outcome, fair or unfair, for a reason. And if I trust His intelligence and His reasoning, I give up my reasoning and my fight inside me against life, against God, against this design, and I accept it as it is, and I tune myself to this life. And once we tune ourselves to life, resonance happens. We enjoy life. Life is peaceful, blissful, and we are always fulfilled because we have a companion now to face anything and everything in life, and that companion is God and God alone. एक झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे हैं, कोई कारण होगा। तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं है तो बांटने वाला बांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। पहले बनती है तकदीरें, फिर बनते हैं शरीर। ये तो साईं कारीगिरी है, तू क्यों है गंभीर, अरे कोई कारण होगा। Whenever a child is born, he brings certain karmas with him, certain sanchit karmas, certain kriyaman karmas, and these sanchit karmas are his destiny for this life. There are certain things that he has to pay for, which are past karmic imbalances. All this is a design. Life doesn't end at death, it goes to rebirth, keeps going to rebirth till we salvate. So, even if it feels unfair in this lifetime, there is something that we have done in previous lifetimes because of which some things are happening to us to settle up that account. Let us settle all accounts and go clean to God. Ye chadariya, this clothing of this body that God has given us, let us wash it clean and hand it back to Him. Because the Karigar is Sai. If God is the designer, the creator, and the thinker behind all this, why are you Gambhir? Why are you anxious? Why are you fighting this? Why are you depressed? Why are you worrying? You need not worry. God is there taking care of everything in our life. You need not worry. नाग भी डस ले तो मिल जाए किसी को जीवन दान, चींटी से भी मिट सकता है किसी का नाम और निशान, अरे कोई कारण होगा. A snake bite is bound to kill somebody, but there are instances when a snake bites, poisonous venom enters the body, but it is sucked out and the life is saved. And sometimes a harmless ant, if it enters the ear of a human being, it can create excruciating pain that can kill somebody. What causes pain or undesired outcomes is pretty unpredictable at times and is in the hands of the master. Let us not challenge or question why something is happening. Let us not worry when a snake bites us. If we are supposed to survive and live further, He will also send the healer with the snake bites, which means that with the challenges of life, nothing is meant to punish us, everything is meant to transform us. Don't worry with snake bites or ant bites, they are all meant for a reason. Just concentrate on what needs to be done next as a consequent step to whatever has happened to us, and take God's help in asking, okay, God, this happened, now what should I do? Guide me. That attitude takes us far. धन का बिस्तर मिल जाए पर नींद को तरसे नैन, कांटों पर सोकर भी आए किसी के मन को चैन, अरे कोई कारण होगा. Some people are sleeping on a bed of wealth, which means all the luxuries of the world are at their disposal. They have enough money that can buy anything and everything in life, but they still don't have sound sleep. Because sound sleep and peace has nothing to do with material wealth. कांटों पर सोकर भी आए. A peaceful man will sleep on a bed of nails and yet be peaceful. Those piercing nails will also not be powerful enough to disturb a person who is at peace from inside. And the luxuries of life are not good enough for a person who is restless, uneasy, empty from inside. That's where spirituality plays a role. It buys us that peace, that energy, that vibe, that perspective, that understanding in which we are undisturbed, unperturbed by life, because God is holding us, protecting us, and guiding us and sailing us through the rough seas of life. सागर से भी बुझन न पाए कभी किसी की प्यास, कभी एक ही बूंद से हो जाती है पूरी आस, रे कोई कारण होगा. An ocean full of water, which is khara, salty, cannot quench my thirst in spite of it being in abundance. But a drop of nectar like water from a pot will quench my thirst. Sometimes even a little bit is satiating, and sometimes a lot more is unsatiating. Because it's not about the quantum of what it is. Unlimited pleasures in life will not make us feel fulfilled and arrived. But a little bit of authentic, true happiness while doing the bhakti of God may be enough to make you feel fulfilled. It's all an illusion out there. Things that seem to be sources of happiness are actually addictive sources of pleasures which make us feel withdrawal symptoms and unhappiness the moment things are not going our way. Fulfillment is from within. Happiness was always released as hormones from within. The source of happiness is within. The creator of happiness is God, who loves to live within us. If the whole treasure is inside us, why are we wandering outside to seek what we can find inside? मंदिर मस्जिद में जाकर भी कभी न आए ज्ञान, कभी मिले मिट्टी से मोती पत्थर में भगवान, अरे कोई कारण होगा. Sometimes we keep going to temples, keep doing rituals, keep going to discourses without authentic intent, and nothing pays off. And when the intent is set right, when the inside of us transforms, then like how you find moti inside sand, you may find God even in a stone. Because your belief, because your trust, because your internal state of being is perfectly aligned with the design of life and the magnet of God. The day our inside gets aligned, we will find God in everything, everywhere, especially inside us. Then going to mandirs will also make sense, masjids will also make sense, churches will also make sense, and anywhere and everywhere we will find God. If this perspective is set right in our mind, nothing can disturb us, nothing can affect us, nothing can break us, shake us. We will constantly live life with the right understanding, with the right perspective, with the right attitude, with the right state of mind and being, in which we are appreciating these gifts that God has given us. We are understanding the design of life which God has created. We will trust the intelligence of God, and we will live in sync with how He intended us to live. That's what this bhajan is telling us. Sahajanand Swami Maharaj Ni Jai.